Most people wouldn't find this entertaining, but this is what I like to do on YouTube. You see, I never took an interest in the 9/11 truth movement. I never took an interest in the accusations made against George Bush in regard to falsifying intelligence to start his war for oil in the Middle East. So I don't focus on those videos. I focus on the people who make those videos and the people who comment on them. As you see here as an example of propaganda, when my mind is not normal. For example, if I were to see a magician doing a magic trick in front of an audience, I wouldn't be watching the rabbit being pulled out of the hat. I'm different. I'm strange. I'm twisted. I'm not normal. If I saw a magician doing a magic trick, I just simply would not pay any attention to the rabbit being pulled out of the hat. If I saw a magician sawing a woman in half with a handsaw, my curiosity would be focused on how did he pull off this illusion.
In my opinion, and opinion of many defectors of my caliber, only about 15% of time, money, and manpower is spent on espionage as such. The other 85% is a slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country.
somebody asked me to explain Marxism, and I was stumped because I had looked at it from an economic point of view and saw that it was totally discredited. People just simply will not cooperate and work together in a commune for the common good, except, in rare circumstances. But for the most part, day in, day out, most people are motivated by self-interest and not altogether the interest of everyone else. We're not exactly like ants. We're more like dogs who fight over bones, okay? Communism assumes that we can turn human beings into ants who will work all day long producing food and offering themselves in sacrifice for the good of the hive. But people are not like ants. Sorry, they're just not. And I don't think they'll ever be like ants, except in emergencies. Except occasionally in an emergency we all pitch in together and tote sandbags to stop the flood water from getting to town. Sometimes when there's a traffic wreck, when there's a wreck on the highway, you'll see some people stopping to direct traffic, and some people will offer first aid or comfort to the injured people until emergency personnel can arrive. But this is not what most people do day in and day out. Most people are focused on self-interest, because the best way to describe human beings is that we're like dogs who cooperate on one level, but on a more basic level, it's every man for himself, or every dog for itself, and we will actually fight over scraps of food. When push comes to shove, it's me first, and that's human nature.